lifestyle through that we just don't want to admit it. Like them vices, them addictions, them people, places, and things that we know is whooping us, but we're still indulging in the hell, in the hellish lifestyle, we should say, and things that take us straight to hell. Well, let's share our testimony, family. Back in 2016, the Most High came to me. He said, Robert, you're about to go through some things that's really going to shake your faith. But no matter what you see, don't take your eyes off me, because I'll never leave you or forsake you. I said, oh, okay. That's okay. I can handle whatever comes, because you always been there for me. Especially up until then, I was really chasing after him, as the song goes. But he told me, he said, now go warn your wife. I said, uh-oh, this is serious. So family, I warned her every few days. At first it was like every other day, then every few days, and then every 4 days, I would say. Until the point right there at a month and 3 weeks later, I told her, she said, yeah. Once I said, we're going to go through some things, we're going to shake our faith. No matter what we see, don't take our eyes off of it. Like it was overseas, real fast and nonchalant and aggravated. I said, okay. I said, okay, partner, I'm glad you got it. And it won't but a few days later, I stroked out, had a major stroke, and was up in the hospital, and they had to perform 10 surgeries on me. No, it was 9 surgeries at that time in 2016. I had to have a brain procedure to remove a blood clot out of my brain. They went in through my thigh, all the way through my body, through my heart, and into my brain up on this side. And with a probe with a camera on the end and a vacuum and a water hose. This is my best way to explain it. They shot the blood clot to break it up, and then they sucked it out. And then shortly after that, they had to go in and do a open heart surgery to repair that left heart valve, which I believe they damaged while they went in to remove that blood clot. And then shortly after that, they saw that my heartbeat was still erratic, and they started looking for blood clots again, and found a host of them in my left leg. So they went in and did surgeries on it, to the point where the first doctor, he went in and he couldn't get them all and didn't want to go any further. So they called another doctor in, the doctor with my same name, Robert Allen. He had my first and middle name. And he went on in and got the rest of the blood clots out on both sides of my leg, because they went in on one side, and the one doctor couldn't get it. He was afraid. He didn't want to go any further. But Robert Allen went on in there and got both sides of the leg, both sides of my shin bone. And because of that, they cut out a lot of tissue, a lot of muscle. Now I have drop foot, where I can't lift my foot up. And also because of that blood flow restriction to that left foot, they had to remove 3 toes. They amputated 3 toes. So now every time I step, I think about it. I think about a lot of times, it don't hurt all the time, but most of the time, almost every step, that pain is reminding me of them old things I used to do, and the reason I'm not going back into that lifestyle. But I did about 11 months altogether of rehab and recovery. But in the process of this, let me back up. I was had to learn how to walk and talk in rehab. So I had a speech therapist, and she recommended that I went home and do what I'm doing now, a journal, and bring it back in whenever we had an appointment, and we would go over each recording and see which words we had problems with and work on them words. And she would give me exercises to work on to learn how to speak them words correctly. And that in itself turned into what I'm doing now. And I was doing that journal or that speech therapy exercise daily, and it turned into me starting to share my word of the day, my scripture of the day, and that in turn was the beginning of what I'm doing now. And as I said back in 2020, I would suspect, got back out there and started working and started my own business, to where I went around and assembled people's furniture, which I've worked in furniture all my life, being a mover, taking people's furniture apart and putting it back together in the other side at the other home or apartment or business. So I went on out and started putting furniture together from Wayfair and Walmart and other furniture companies. Well, just last year I was working, and like I said, it was doing pretty well with my own business. But I had gotten away from doing my recording as solid as I was, or every single day. And I do believe that that's what the Most High wanted me to keep my attention on, more than me trying to start my own business. And I believe he gave me a clear indication of that with this second open heart surgery. And if you could see, you probably can't see it right there, they didn't quite overlap the one operation, because it's clearly two lines you see there. But like I say, if you're not you may not be able to see it as clear, but I had to have that second open heart surgery in June of last year, when I was out on a job and I hurt my elbow somehow, and it was just tight and burning. And doing what I do, when you get a pain, you basically ignore it, go home and get in the bathtub with some Epsom salt. And I wasn't really big on pain medicine at all, because I had gotten addicted to it. That's part of my testimony too. Back in 2016, with all them wounds I had, and also with them leg surgeries, they had to call in a wound specialist. And during that time, I got addicted to the pain medicine. And when I had the amputations, I think that was the worst pain of them all, even with the open heart surgeries. They're real close, but like I say, when you every step you take is a pain with that foot. I think it grab holds of you more when it gets your attention all the time. But yeah, back in last year of June, I had to have that open heart surgery again because I had an infection in my elbow. That's what we were saying. And the infection went into my shoulder, and from my shoulder it went back right straight to that heart valve. My shoulder started hurting, and I could tell it was moving, because first it was just my elbow, and then my whole